Hello everybody and welcome back, and in this tutorial I will show you some of the advanced use of the Nmap, which is basically using the scripts that are already pre-installed in Kali Linux. Now, scripts can be used for anything, to discover, for example, SSH host key, to discover some of the vulnerabilities, to SSH brute force, to basically do a bunch of things. As we will see right here, there are a bunch of scripts that are already in our Kali Linux machine. So first of all, in order to get to them, you just want to change your directory into the user share nmap, and if you go into that directory and type here ls, you will see a subdirectory called scripts. Now let me enlarge this right here. So if you change your directory to scripts and type here ls, you will see that it will print out a bunch of these .nse files, which are basically the already pre-installed Nmap scripts that you can use for basically any type of scan you want. So for example, let me just show you first of all how to use them. So if you type here nmap, you will see the -- script option, which is right here, and then basically you type here equals and then the name of the script. It is simple as that. So in order for you to use the script, you just specify this option and then equals, and then you specify the name of any of these files right here, which are basically scripts, and you run them on your target IP. Now we will try out one of the scripts for now on, which will be the SSH brute force, which will be also one of the first attacks, active attacks on the target. It will basically a brute force. It will try out a bunch of passwords for the SSH on our target. Now for that target you can use any of the virtual machines you want. You cannot use scan.nmap.org website, as it says do not try the website brute force SSH on the Nmap website. So you want to either run your Metasploitable, which I showed how to install in the previous videos, or you can basically run any other machine that has the port 22 open. Now in my case I will run OWASP, which I will show you how to install in some of the next tutorials. For now on, just run your Metasploitable, since Metasploitable also has the SSH port open. So let me just wait while this opens right here. It doesn't take long. It will basically prompt me with username and password soon. It's pretty similar to the Metasploitable. This is just a virtual machine that runs a bunch of the vulnerable programs on it. So as you can see, starting app, armor profile, starting PostgreSQL database, and a bunch of these other stuff. This is the machine that we will use in the next section, which would be web pen testing. So let me just log in right here. And we don't need this anymore. We just need to find out what the IP address of this machine is, which is 192.168.1.7. So if we only scan the host for now on with the Nmap, so we do a basic scan, you can see that it finishes relatively fast and it gives us a bunch of these ports open, only TCP ports, and as you can see we have the 22 TCP SSH port open. Now while scanning Metasploitable, you should also have this port open, so as long as this port is open on the target machine, you can run this scan. So the script that we are looking for, if we type here, we want to find the SSH script. So in order to narrow our options, let us just type here ls, and then we pipe that into grep SSH. So it will only show us the scripts that have SSH in their name. Now from all of these we can use any of these, but for now on I will just use the ssh brute.nse. We copy the name of the script, and in order for you to run the script, you type here nmap -- script equals, and then you paste here the name of the script. You can just copy paste it from here, And then the only thing you need is the IP address, which is 192.168.1.7, and just press here enter. And as you can see, it started brute forcing our target. If it finds the username and password, you will be able to SSH into that machine and basically do anything to it. This is a very serious attack. It can get you into trouble, especially if you find out the password and actually log in into that machine and start changing stuff. So only use this on the machines that you do own. Now, for this specific machine, I don't think it will find the password, but we will just leave it run just in case. I don't think that the password and username is stored in this list that it is using in order to brute force the SSH target. So this can take some time. It depends on the list that you use. So let me just close this right here, since I thought it would finish a little bit faster. It doesn't matter, I will just type here Control C in order to close, and we stop the brute force. Now let's say once again we want to find that, and you want to change the password list, for example. As you can see, it has the specific password list that it uses in order to brute force the target. So what you want to do is to nano the script that you are using, which in my case is SSH brute, and what you want to change right here is the option where it gives us the password list. Now I'm not really sure where that is. You can just, I believe it's right here, usage. Here, it's right here, so pass.list. I believe you change that and it will change the password list that you're using. So you can also change the port, which is 22. Basically, SSH will most likely always run on the port 22, but there are cases where the people run stuff on the other ports just to prevent the attacks, so you might be needing to change that as well. So here you can see that the port rule is 22 and SSH. You basically just change the 22 into any port number you want that runs SSH on it, and you will be good to go. So if there are any other options that you want to change right here, you can change it in the file itself if it requires that, for example the port and the password list. And once you do that, you just type here Ctrl+O to save, enter to save under that name, and Ctrl+X to exit, and you will be good to go. Now you can run the script again and it should change your password list and port number. Now let's say, for example, you want to find out the SSH host key for that particular machine, so we just copy, which isn't really useful, but let's just try it, why not? So nmap script equals SSH host key and then the IP address of our target machine. Now as we can see, it gave us the SSH host key, which is basically just this DSA and RSA. It really isn't that useful, but sometimes it possibly could be. So you can experiment with all of these scripts right here. In the next tutorial I will show you how to download some of the scripts online from the GitHub repository that we will use in order to scan for specific vulnerabilities. So let's just recap. In order to get to the scripts folder, you just go to the user share nmap scripts directory, and the syntax is basically nmap -- script equals then the name of the script itself, and you just specify the IP address. So that's about it for this tutorial. It was rather short, and in the next one, as I said, we will download some of our own scripts. So I hope I see you there, and take care.